mid lane Galio though.
Wow.
Rising a lot in priority. Faker was happy to play it.
Svenskeren on his top side as well. Usually we get mismatched junglers, but it may actually be a meetup.
Hanser actually doesn't take that info. He doesn't ward quickly, and now Smithy.
Gone up quite far. Riposte is down from the last attack. The slow is there. He's going to flash forward for the next few. Brings it up. It's first blood. Going over to Immortals Smithy. And now towards the mid lane. Svenskeren looking to make a move onto Pobelter. Definitely a flash blown if they can get the range here. There's the taunt from the Durand, and there's the flash. One last Reckoning swing, the charm to come in as well to give Svenskeren a few turret shots.
Yeah, this is all domino effect from the mid lane. Olay comes up with the flash.
Ooh, flash miss on the Cosmic Binding. They may be able to get the damage on to Smithy, but they turn it around and Svenskeren melts.
That Olay Bard. Uh-oh, Smithy's not out of the water.
Erickson feels like he can pick one up. That's the red buff. That's the lockdown on Olay. Can Biofrost and Doublelift make it? Journey gets him out just in time.
So Immortals have to be very careful about how they choose their battles. Hanser though.
2 to 3 shots onto Hanser, trying to deliver it back. Riposte as well. He can do it for only so long. Smithy once again to the top lane for a combo onto Hanser.
Hanser's been playing this Fiora pretty risky up on the top side during the moments where he doesn't have any vision. Meanwhile, mid lane, Bard roams up.
Second time Olay's been doing these magical journeys, and will it be magical for Immortals? The fist back from Bjergsen to try and buy some time. Svenskeren can't enter the fight with him in a 4-man on mid instantly after an engaged top. An interesting bot lane, as we said, we'd keep an eye on it. Nice damage from the meeps on Olay. Dodges with the journey. Tempered Fate splits the team into 3, but it's not really going to give any positioning to Immortals. And TSM is ready to go right back at it with Bjergsen on the way down.
Yeah, Bjergsen's close enough to ult now, so they have to give him room. Svenskeren's going for it.
He's trying to get right in onto Cody's son. Expect to see that grand entrance quite soon. And they say, no, we'll take the turret, we'll take the advantage, and we'll just push up. Pobelter is out of lane right now. We don't know where he is.
Really liking the early game so far from Immortals, specifically Smithy's jungle path as well as Olay on the Bard. But this dive is definitely going to be aborted. No!
Possibly they didn't know Olay was on the back there. These guys are routing around everywhere, but it is Biofrost as well, right behind the team. Good dodge.
Cody's son lands his ultimate.
Heroes exit.
Nowhere to...
And it might be in the wrong spot. Gets the blast over. And he's going to be safe. Flashes for a little extra room. The blind charm into Orb of Deception coming through.
The arrow from downtown is coming, but will they even do anything off of it?
Oh, just to the left, the team's alerted. Oh, Hanser not gonna hit him.
He's on a, he was last seen by this ward, so they think he's still in there.
Chain of Corruption halfway down, a piercing arrow, Tempered Fate dodge into a flash. He is not leaving anything to chance.
If they use the Ash Arrow into the Olaf and Galio, could be very threatening. Flame, though, is just taking it to Hanser right now. Back against the wall to try and protect him.
But when you take a fight like that, you got to expect more is going to be coming. Another challenger enters the fight. It's Pobelter looking for the kill. Hanser's been fast, and he is diving. One last auto from Pobelter as they have to go way under the turret for that one.
Bjergsen is roaming up for the 2v1, but Bard is on his trail.
No flashes there to connect. He decides to turn around. And they're going to say, let's actually take out Olay. He's got himself in a bad spot. Cosmic Binding back against Bjergsen. The wall, and he's stunned. Justice Fist will not work, but it does get the Tempered Fade out. Who's buying more time is the question. Back into the fight comes Smithy. He's forced to flash out. Stand United onto him as well, as both teams don't like the situation. But now he starts to go down. Bjergsen's going to follow. That's not a chance for Bjergsen to go top, so we make it a 2v2 here in the bot.
Oh, there's the ultimate, but Pobelter roams down as well.
On that ward, they know what's coming as well.
I have to say, I mean, he's done a good job of either staying next to Bjergsen to threaten the charm. Uh-oh.
Whoa, Smithy going hard, kicks him into the T. Svenskeren's got a Ragnarok immediately, hoping there was enough from Bjergsen, but he just used the alt bot. Tempered Fate, Biofrost could be the hit. They have to focus, though, as he is now the back line. And a big hit onto Smithy. He's going to go down first with the focus of TSM. They get caught, but yeah, Svenskeren finds himself falling as well. Pobelter still in a spot to try and push the lane / get a pick.
Oh, goodness.
I blinked.
Pobelter trails the split push, immediately moves in to take down Hanser, and Yeah, this is Immortal's time to shine. The split pusher is dead. Haunter doesn't have teleport either, so they're gonna 5-man the Baron. Brute force here. Sven does have his ult. He could run in for a smite steal.
Ghost isn't up. He would be walked in, but like you said, ult is there, so it won't really matter.
Oh, Bjerg!
He comes at Bjergsen, hardly taking any damage, but delivering across 3 members of Immortals. The front end burst is too much for Immortals to handle. On the backside, Flame is going to be there, but TSM doesn't want the fight anymore. They're going for the objective.
Haunter is back up. They would take a lot of damage on Baron. They're going to force it right now.
Tempered Fate, great job on a double lift. That stops a good amount of damage onto the Baron, but will it be enough to stop them from wanting it?
Haunter's almost there, so that's a pretty big threat, but it looks like Cody Sun and Flame want to take it.
Ole's an instant kill if Haunter's over the wall. You can see his positioning to dash over, but he uses it to Baron. Cody Sun trying to lock one down. Flame goes in for the last hit on the team. Flame gets Biofrost. 20 or 2,000 health on Baron. Double kill for Flame. Ole goes in. He dies. Haunter's going off. Baron gets taken by Bjergsen, and TSM are looking to clean up the fight.
Uh-oh, Cody Sun's got nowhere to run, and Haunter should be able to hunt him down here if you're with the extra Q range, but Cody Sun's got the Cloud Drake, and he's on the run. He can go for the execute. He's got the blast code. He's going to make it.
Oh, the volley coming in from double lift. Not going to be in range. They're cross lane now. Is he actually going to? He can't try to get out.
He better
there
go
we go.
For the execute.
He was going for the long execute. They know the time was up a bit ago. Didn't want to chance it.
The gold lead has shrunk to just 1,000. And TSM still with the Baron buff are pushing in for extra gold.
Whoops.
Belter, though, finds the assassination and wants another.
Oh, they're on a double lift now. Somebody stayed a little too long to play. Flames on a double lift. The kite's there, though. He knows he can't reach it, and he's almost trying to get back and forth. Double lift should be able to walk out of this one alive, but you still have to remember Haunter has top lane to himself.
Does he magical journey for the 1v1?
He's got enough damage with the deep change. Makes him cleanse it out. No flash. Ignite's already off. Double lift.
One more journey. Ole is just tenacious
there.
on the bar.
Is he going to the right? Is he going to the left? He's got base gate. But like you said, wasting his time. Top lane gets taken down as Haunter does a little bit more work.
Gold brought almost back to even despite Pobelter's work here, getting the assassination onto Biofrost. Just runs right into him and then uses the next charges here to go straight for double lift. With the Shen stand united, they secure at least 1 kill. They know they're going to get this. Double lift has to use both summoners, or that would have been a double. It's there with the flash, takes down the priority target. Double lift is dead, then kites out Haunter, even with the ultimate up. That was actually incredible, and Immortals are looking to capitalize off of it.
Straight down the mid lane. Bjergsen off to the left, still has time to backpedal. Home guard up to this inhibitor turret. If they can get Cody Sun on it, that's the damage they need. Ole and Xmithy already on the other side. This is going to be the kill as well on the Sven Skaren. And now they're on the inhibitor turret, one after the other. TSM trying to guard alone, and they go down 15-6. Now spreading the gold lead a little bit more. The 3K. Immortals is going to make it out through the journey to Pobelter, already pushing the bot lane. This was all the way from their second tier as Immortals has been working this after that mid-fight.
So much taken after that fight. I kind of want to see the replay of it, to see if there was extra help from Ole setting it up. Regardless, though, Immortals get 1 inhibitor, multiple turrets, and they're not done yet.
Can't even push by it. The Winds of War is only doing so much to the front line. Biofrost half health after only a few spells hitting in for Pobelter, and they are out. Bjergsen off to the left, still has time to backpedal. Home guard up to this inhibitor turret. If they can get Cody Sun on it, that's the damage they need. Ole and Xmithy already on the other side. This is going to be the kill as well on the Sven Skaren. And now they're on the inhibitor turret, one after the other. TSM trying to guard alone, and they go down 15-6. Now spreading the gold lead a little bit more. The 3K. Immortals is going to make it out through the journey to Pobelter, already pushing the bot lane. This was all the way from their second tier as Immortals has been working this after that mid-fight.
So much taken after that fight. I kind of want to see the replay of it, to see if there was extra help from Ole setting it up. Regardless, though, Immortals get 1 inhibitor, multiple turrets, and they're not done yet.
Can't even push by it. The Winds of War is only doing so much to the front line. Biofrost half health after only a few spells hitting in from Pobelter. All right, what's going down on the bot side? If they can drop the members of TSM, it doesn't matter if a few have the Drake, and Bjergsen is in. This happened before. The taunt almost cannot, they can't burn through Bjergsen after that. And now, up to the hero's charge, gets himself back down to help the team. But that is Haunter going down. Svenskeren as well. Even with Bjergsen being the initial focus, Immortal still has the time, the strategy, and orchestrate himself around the fight.
Yeah, he has to use Mercurial to get out of there, but Immortal's still marching towards the end of the game. Olay has another great initiation, just barely catches Bio on the edge of that ultimate, and that's gonna be it.
And they say it's our game to be played. You can go for Dragon, we're gonna go for the fights. It will give us the Nexus. And Immortals seeing a few steps ahead. Immortals taking game 1 over TSM.
Svenskeren is on that Lee Sin, so a lot of early playmaking possible. Out double lift here actually goes to kill the blast cone, but Smithy's there!
Double lift onto 200 HP. The heal is there, uses it back to 100 now. A few more shots. One left from Cody's son. First blood onto double lift, and Biofrost running for his life. Resolve on the Biofrost. It should be a good trade between the AD carries. Svenskeren not waiting at all. Flashes are down in the bot lane for Cody's son. Minions are there. Now the Q is blocked. He's waiting to get around. Flash in, gets the Q. Take it all the way home. He says, we have the shields. Let's make the deal. Knows the lanes are winning. Can do things like this with the rest of the team here. They don't have too much vision past what they're doing. And Xmithy could be the one to change this fight up. Bjergsen now getting pinched in by the rest. They're under a turret, but they want the fight anyways. They can take out Cody's son immediately. A lot of the DPS and only one person taking the turret means this scenario turns safe after looking like it could be troublesome.
Those CS leads are going to start to turn into items as well. Combat power for TSM.
Oh, over the wall. That's going to be a flash through. Kill from Xmithy and Flame to the top side. These guys are Bass brothers this series.
Yeah. In exchange for that red buff, still first turret gold ends up going over to the Caitlyn Lulu combo.
Olay low, what a teleport in here. That's going to be Bjergsen if he can get the Justice Punch in. They decide to back out with Pobelter on the fast roam down river. Mid lane now to Immortals.
Yeah, every time Bjergsen goes out of vision, he could go to the bottom side. So Smithy out of position.
Could be able to kill Svenskeren very fast. Bjergsen's with the hero's entrance is able now to get Cody's son. Remember, just got that flash back. He's got to use the summoners to get out, and TSM is trying to huddle for safety under the turret. Flame trying to choose a target. First one is going to be Biofrost. Biofrost goes down to the hands of Pobelter, and Flame is chasing the team out. Scat of the week onto Svenskeren as they take him down, and even without the fast collapse of Pobelter, a great fight from Immortals.
So Haunter's teleport had come off of cooldown during that delay, but TSM made the call as a team to keep Haunter pushing. Oh, teleport behind. They're going to go for the pins.
Got to be very careful how much this happens in a choke point. That equalizer is going to be huge this fight. Here comes Haunter, and that is Cody's son kicked right back into the frying pan. Haunter's actually in the pit now with Rift Herald. They may start to focus him. If they get stuck in the pit, it might put Immortals in a bad spot. Equalizer cuts off Flame inside, but he can slice and dice out. Xmithy's the focus, but Bjergsen is just about out of mana with the hero's entrance. That's about all he has. And TSM is calling off for low health, low mana. Same thing for Immortals. Whew. Yeah, coming around behind him. Xmithy wants to pause this fight. They know that equalizer may be far away for now, and Svenskeren's low. The entrance for Bjergsen, he can obviously stay in here for a bit, and with his movements, says the team is going to come, but they're going to the top side now, as they have found Flame, and now it's a 4v1. For Bjergsen, Flame's gonna push 3 out himself.
Haunter's teleport this time not on cooldown. They don't even have the option of getting Haunter to even up the numbers in this fight. So Bjergsen going in, he was tanking with no DPS behind him, and Immortals go for the chase.
Oh, it's not gonna stop either. Skull scatter, and there's the piercing arrow from Cody's son, Eagle Eye. Just the last bit of mana, and the blue buff is transferred over as well. Immortals picking up things here and there, and do they now go for Baron? The equalizer can change things here.
Some disastrous mid-game shot calling from TSM, and now they're faced with Immortals on the Baron. They do have the equalizer ready, though.
He's got Azanias as well. Once they pull off, he's got 2 ways to disengage this. There it is. Throws down the red carpet, and we'll see if Immortals wants this one in or out. So far, they're heading home, and Baron stopped by Haunter and the rest of TSM.
Yeah, 2v1 for Pobelter on the top side. It looks like he decided to take it.
Very, very risky for Pobelter to kick away, but the Q had already hit, so Resonating Strike can't come through. Bjergsen now in a 2v1. The damage is following through, and you remember the Adaptive Helm slows some of it, but there's still enough members of Immortals once again here. As Bjergsen and the team get themselves into a messy fight, Haunter Zanyas is going to allow Double Lift in the fight. He's on the outside. Flame flashes forward, but he gets knocked away from the explosive cast. Double Lift still alive, trying to kite the fight, but he goes down. And Immortals are just on every member of TSM.
TSM spread out again, and they just get completely destroyed this time around. There is no DPS up. All right.
Now onto a Dragon. Very scary. They bring themselves into a 50-50 fight after getting Baron. Hopefully, Immortals want this to go in their favor. And if Smithy goes down immediately, Flame on the backside makes TSM move a little differently, but they get into a good position here to see the fight once again. And they do lose a Baroned up member. Feeling comfortable on this Immortals squad recently, and what a showing here the first week. As they continue now with a game over TSM to push down mid. Bjergsen coming through the backside. Here's the teleport in. Remember, his initiation is the Durant taunt. Justice Fist onto Pobelter. He has no way out. Flash not even used because he didn't have time.
That is a big kill for TSM. Let's see what they can do with it. Baron not speeding up the minions. There goes Sven.
Double kick. Looks like Flame could be the next one. Slice out. He does have a bit of that rage, so he can get a good heal back on Cole. Bjergsen's going to be the hit here just to give him a bit of a distraction. However, Haunter and the rest of the team may want this equalizer used over on 2 members as the turret goes down, but Immortals is now able to route behind the rest of TSM. Haunter doesn't want to fully enter the fight with Svenskeren and Bjergsen. And now again, they are stretched. Pobelter on the backside of the fight. Double Lift goes down immediately, even with Wild Growth, and now they're trying to recuperate. Bjergsen coming in as Svenskeren and Haunter die at the same time. Bjergsen's now on the ground, and Immortals come out huge from the top lane fight.
4 kills, and they're going to look to take an inhibitor off of this one.
It's 40 seconds, Kobe. They got a wave right there.
They might even go for some Nexus turrets after this. 25 seconds on Double Lift. Biofrost used the Wild Growth on himself, but it wouldn't have mattered. They got obliterated in that fight.
Looks like they're just going to go for this. Trying to hit one out. On the other side is Biofrost, but Nexus turrets now, 20 seconds, 8 on to Double Lift. They could be going for it. A focus coming in from Ole onto Biofrost to lock him down. That's the damage onto the Nexus. Immortals in 2 games takes down TSM.
What an upset from Immortals, 2-0.
So TSM, once again, returning to that kind of place of comfort where they're saying we can win from bot, mid, or top. I feel like in the Turtle iteration, less confident winning from the bot lane and focusing more on Bjergsen and Haunter being their true carries. Yeah. Seems like, again, they're trying to reach for that strategic diversity here in the early weeks of the split.
I think that could be the case where they're not necessarily looking at this series as a must-win series, and you see them picking their completely like, all right, Bjergsen's on Syndra or Talia or something, and we're going to try and smash this series. It did feel like they were more willing to have a game plan where they put him on Galio to see, like, let's try this out. They swapped out the Fiora for Rumble to get a little bit more team fighting, potentially, but it still didn't look like TSM was 100% confident on the comp, but still, like we said, not playing bad.
Yeah, absolutely. But to that end, it's rare that I find myself saying, at least within the context of the North American LCS, that TSM is wildly out of position, or it looks like they're getting caught, and look how they're getting taken advantage of. But that's what happens in the final fight here, 31-30 into the game. Immortals finds a beautiful pick here in the top side of the map. I mean, that first tier turret is still alive, and they're going to end the game because of this.
Yeah, and you see TSM kind of overcommitting, trying to chase down onto the members of Immortals here, going really hard onto Smithy and Flame. It opens up the backline to find an opening here on Double Lift.
There comes the last minute.
Yep, and there we say you have this protected Double Lift comp. Well, he's dead at the start of it, and that basically means you cannot win this team fight unless Haunter has the most godlike ultimate you've ever seen. Not really the case here, and it was kind of the fact that Immortals kites out TSM, who want to be really grouped up. It opens up the back line, and then you see Pobelter get a great flank.
And that's the kind of playmaking that I think Pobelter now perhaps feels empowered to do, where he's saying, hey, while this fight is occurring up here near that first-tier turret, I'm going to recognize the win condition of TSM being that Caitlyn in the late game. Well, great, I'm Syndra. I'm built to deal with that carry. Let me just swing around the back here and actually pull the fight, you know, out for the squad. Of course, he could have just grouped top and the game elongates another 10 minutes, and then maybe they don't even win the game entirely.
Right. I mean, if you slow down too much and TSM starts setting up control, they get a Baron with all these Kate traps, these kind of things can happen. But if you get them in the flank like that, making sure that they are spread out, the Galio is not instantly there to taunt or anything like that. That's really the case. And Immortals did have some things going for them. They had good dragon control as well, something Smithy's known for. I think he got a smite steal over this game, grabbing an Infernal away from TSM.
Yep.
And I think Smithy deserves a lot of credit just because when he was on CLG, he often had good early games, but a lot of people pinpointed that more to the coaching staff and the team always having good game plans,
right,
and not necessarily Smithy's role in those game plans, where he's always out there executing them. And this time around, again, a good early game.
Right, so whether or not the plan is coming from him or it's just in the moment kind of decision making, it's clearly working out. We mentioned Pobelter brings the damage. Player of the game going to Flame, though. I think a lot of it is just because we're seeing kind of the development of his ability to join the team and work with the team in a more cohesive manner right here off the bat.
I think that's the big thing, because when we saw that big bot lane dive in the early game that brought things kind of back in Immortals' favor, Haunter did not have teleport. Flame matching up very well in the 1v1 versus what many would say is the best top laner in the league, and then able to outplay him in team play as well over the course of this game. So huge performance out of Flame.
All right, so as his big performance out of Flame, and he picks that up. We're going to toss it now over to Captain Flower, who's standing by with an interview with Pobelter.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am here with the mid lane star of Immortals, Pobelter himself. Now, to start things off, you have personally had a phenomenal couple of performances throughout the series this weekend. How have you made that happen? What are the personal goals and just habits that you're forming for yourself to allow you to be this big playmaker?
I started, well, throughout the offseason, I was just practicing really hard, and I was able to hit rank 1 in solo queue and just like trying really hard every game, even in solo queue. And so I think that's a pretty big part of it. And then actually another big part is I keep eating really like good foods right before I eat and go on stage. So I'll go out to like a restaurant right by our house and have a really good meal before we play. And I think it actually helps me focus a lot more.
That's an awesome habit. Keep that in mind, you guys. It's not just grinding on the Rift. You got to do the good stuff outside as well. And speaking of the things outside of Summoner's Rift itself, one of the big discussions going into Summer Split was the jungler trade between Immortals and CLG. Now that you guys have Xmithy on the team, how has that changed the dynamic? How has that changed the team play? Just talk to me a little bit about the different feel of the team as a whole now.
Xmithy is actually really good. I'm so happy to play with him. He's improved so much since I played with him on CLG, and he was already good before. So he's just really good at, you know, we kind of joke that we're like all mechanics, no brain, and then Xmithy is the brain. So he just kind of leads us around, keeps us focused on whatever our plan is. If we want to go for something stupid, he says, no, don't do it, or like, okay, you can do it. But yeah, he just has a really good mind for the big picture. And so yeah, I think it's a really good fit for our team.
Sounds like he's doing a good job keeping everybody together, keeping everything in check. Now, to make sure that Immortals keeps this momentum going, keeps itself in check as a group, and extends this on to another smashing split similar to what we've seen in the past, what's ahead for you guys? What's the next step to make sure you keep this up?
I think right now we'll probably just stick to what we're doing because it worked really well for us this weekend. We had a pretty tough weekend coming into P1 and TSM, so we weren't sure how we were going to do, but I think we'll gain some confidence from this and then be able to kind of motivate us in our practice going forward. And actually right now our coach Song is in Korea right now finalizing his visa process. And so he stayed up, it's like 3 a.m. in Korea right now, probably closer to 5 a.m. right now. And he stayed up like the whole night preparing the band pick and making sure he was still up so that we could prepare. And he also has a really good mind for the game. So really happy to work with him too.
Now that's dedication right there, staying up all night to make sure the team is doing what they need to do. And when you take down 2 of the top 3 teams from last split, you guys have got to be feeling good. Again, big congratulations to you. Looking forward to seeing more plays out of you and the rest of the Immortals boys as the split goes on. One more time for Pobelter. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise. We are going to be back momentarily now with more LCS action. Coming up next, it's FlyQuest versus Dignitas. Don't you go anywhere. We are going to be right back.